Okay, it's the second weekend in July. Take a quick look at the orchard here. Start off with our pear tree, still plugging along. No noticeable issues. The fruit that I looked at looked okay. No weird stuff going on, so we'll hope that everything keeps going okay with them. Maybe trim some of the stuff up in the middle there. All the little water sprout stuff. But everything seems to be going okay. Our cherries are being kind of weird. We've picked a bunch of cherries. Some of them were perfect, but most of them we've had to pick when they're not quite 100% ripe, just because the birds are coming in and cleaning things out and whatnot. So it's been a very weird harvest. So some of the ones you can see, we picked this branch clean, and that particular branch up there, I remember I picked that one. They're all perfect, nice, big, black, super sweet cherries. And since then they've been better, or okay, but not as good. They just weren't ready. These ones still, in here the 10th of July, still aren't 100% ready. They're red, but they're not that dark. And they're smaller, and I don't know what exactly is happening, but that's what's going on. And the problem is that you can see some of them here have been damaged by the birds or bugs or we don't know, so they're rotting, but some of the ones next to them are still not 100% ripe. So I've just been picking some that aren't quite 100% ripe because as the days go on, the birds come more and more and take them. So it's been a very weird cherry harvest. We have got some. We've used some to bake with and stuff, but it's delicious, you know. There are some up there, just that perfect black cherry color and flavor and sweetness, but most of them have been this particular type here, where they're smaller and not as dark. So I don't know. So we'll probably we picked a bunch yesterday, but then ended up having to throw half of them away when we got in to sort them, because they end up having these lesions on them, or nicks from the birds, or little holes from stuff, and they don't keep at all if you have any sort of damage on them. So, and they're so small, they're not worth cutting the bad parts off, because you know, we're talking, especially when we're talking about a fruit this small, and with the pit being half of that volume. So anyway, got a lot of fruit still hanging, but not really sure how it's all going to work out. The bird, like I said, the birds are coming more and more frequent. So anyway, we got some cherries this year, and we'll just have to keep studying it and see what's going on, so we can maybe do something differently next year to counteract, make sure we don't have this. And there's a big fat robin up there eating them right now. So anyway, that was the cherries. Apple tree still plugging along. Hopefully spend some time this week getting in there and take a look at it and see what's going on. I did go in there and clean up some of the stuff on the inside of the tree. Had lots of little new growth shooting all over the place, so hopefully trim that up a bit, make things a little easier for next year. And then our peach tree, it's actually put a lot of new little growth. Normally I come over here to look at some stuff, and then I swear in the past week all these have popped up, because these were the fruits that I was looking at. So in the past they were just here, but all these new growth has popped out. So anyway, there's our fruit. It's starting to get bigger, keep swelling up. I need to do some more thinning just to see what we missed there, but haven't seen any new problems. We'll probably be spraying again this week for the greater peach tree borer to protect the trunk, but other than that, we haven't seen any new developments. And this pear tree is still just plugging along like normal. No big changes. But the apricot tree is, with all its fruit, is finally starting to change color. We just noticed it this week, just a couple days ago, because the neighbor just a few houses down on the other side of the street, their tree is just loaded with perfectly ripe looking apricots, and we're wondering why ours were so different. Maybe a different variety, but then I noticed just yesterday starting to change, and you can see it. Probably you can see that on the video right there on that limb that's hanging out. Just the ones right there starting to just get a touch of yellow, little gold instead of the green here. You can start to see it turning yellow. You can see it down here a little bit, but obviously much better up in the sunshine, and that's usually how it goes. Oh, well, you can see where all those birds are hanging out, probably waiting to come eat the cherries. Right above them, there's some that are totally golden, and yeah, it's starting to happen, and the ones over there are as well, and you can see them. They usually do that because as you can see with this early morning, they get the sun first. The tops of the tree gets the sun first, and especially the ones over there, they don't have any houses and stuff, and so they change first and are ripe first. So anyway, we'll have apricots of our own in a few weeks, most likely. So that is an exciting development, which is good that the cherries are winding down, so we can start focusing on these guys and be ready for when this harvest comes. All right, so that's the fruit tree harvest this week. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's what it. Good. That's obviously something that I pruned that fell down and didn't make it all the way. I was really concerned about this dead branch. Anyway, so there's our apricots. We got some of the cherries. We'll get some more, but like I said, the harvest didn't come ripe all at the same time, so we'll have to look into that, and we'll give you an update next week. Thanks.